Hello, Bobbleheads. Welcome back to the YouTube page. It is me, Bob the Drag Queen. I want to start off by thanking all of our amazing patrons who help this show possible. You help us do all the things that me and Monet do. So if you want to join and help make this possible and get early release and early access and extended footage and bonus clips, you can go over to Patreon, type in Sibling Rivalry Podcast. That being said, 2025 has come to an end. I kind of can't believe that it's about to be 2026. Like in a couple of days, it's going to be 2026. And I don't want to sound like old, like back in my day, but like I remember when it was turning the year 2000.
The Y2K problem, possible year 2000 glitches.
Assuming you can withdraw cash from your ATM in January, will you be able to spend it?
Prince's Party Like It's 1999 was jamming all over the radio, and they were like, it's going to be the new millennium, which technically the new millennium starts in 2001, but that's not the point of the story. And I just remember being like, oh my God, it's about to be the year 2000, and now it's about to be 2026. That was 26 years ago. I want to talk about the stuff I did this year in 2025. I'm going to be going through one by one. This is my year-end wrap-up to see what I've done, what I've been going through, and let's get started.
Bob, the drag queen.
I start out the year with Traitors. The Traitors, y'all. So I actually filmed it in 2024 and it aired in 2025. This was a wild ride. I told some of you before, some of you already know this, but before I filmed The Traitors, my mom passed away 2 weeks before I filmed The Traitors. It was so crazy to go from like my mom's funeral the week before and then going straight into this castle that's like murder and death and caskets and blood and poison, and it was a lot. It was honestly kind of a mind. I was not my best mind on that show, but it actually ended up being kind of a relief and a reprieve to go from this like sad moment I had. It was like such a high and a low. Like we had just ended with the Madonna tour, and then my mom died, and then I went and did the Traitors, and then I got back from the Traitors, and I was like depressed. Then I went and did some tours and some stand-up. It was crazy. It was a crazy time, but I'm so grateful to be part of this show. It was honestly one of those big like career boosts that I didn't really see coming. I didn't ever see myself in one of these kind of reality TV shows on like a Big Brother, Traitors, Survivor, social deception, social building kind of game, because I always thought that if I was going to be on TV, it'd be because of like my comedy or something I was doing. But this show ended up being massive. It ended up winning some Emmys. Alan Cumming won an Emmy for it. And also, two of my best friends have been on the show. Pepper was on season 2, and now Monet's gonna be on season 4. So I'm really glad that I get to relive this moment again with Monet being on the screen this time. So big shout out to Alan Cumming and everyone over at The Traitors. This show is so amazing. And go back and watch my season, because quite frankly, I was iconic. We're back! Oh my God, we did season 2 of Dungeons and Drag Queens that came out this year. This is over on Dropout. So if you want to see this, you gotta subscribe to Dropout. And the first episode, I believe, is for free on their YouTube page. I go to my shows and I always say, how do you guys know me? Who knows me from my podcast? I get some cheers. Who knows me from The Traitors? I get some cheers. Who knows me from this, that, the other? Might be equal to Drag Race, and I'm not even doing a bit, is Dungeons and Drag Queens. I did not know how strong the nerd force was and the word of people who love this show. Like, I had no clue how many people truly love, one, Dungeons and Dragons, and two, specifically this version of it. A lot of people learned about Dungeons and Dragons through this show. I get to do it with Alaska, Jujubee, and Monet Exchange, who are 3 queens that I love and respect so much. Brennan Lee Mulligan. When I say brilliant, I don't think that's actually a good enough word to sum up his skill as a host and a narrator and a storyteller and a comedian and a producer. Like, the stuff they're doing over at Dropout, which is also where Monet did her slumber party, which is a great show. I highly recommend it. It's really next level. It's like a solid 10 out of 10. I'm just so proud to have been a part of that show, and be on there, like just be with them. It's been really, truly amazing. I mean, fingers crossed for season 3. And also me and Monet dressed up like our characters from Dungeons and Dragons. You can see it right here. We posted over on our Instagram. And this show is this is the gift that keeps on giving. I've still yet to play it live. I've yet to do a campaign live, but I would really love to.
Welcome to the 13th annual Queerties with your host, Bob the Drag Queen.
I hosted the Queerties. Oh my God. I love this gig. I will say, I wish I wore different hair. The little skinny ponytail. This little skinny ponytail was not my best call. But hosting the Queerties was so much fun. And I gotta be honest, I was gagged because before I had gone to see the Queerties be hosted by Bianca Del Rio and Mo Hart, it was in like this like club and everyone was like talking and I was like, I'm not gonna like this. Baby, they moved it to a theater. It was nice. It was quite nice. I had a lot of fun. I think it was riding off the success of me being on the Traitors and, you know, my rivalry with Dylan Efron. And then I got to support so many things. I got to see Monet get up on stage and get an award. I got to see Alaska's team from Drag the Musical. She couldn't be there because she was, you know, in Drag the Musical. Got to see them get some more. It was a really, really cool night. Like I really enjoyed myself. I would love to, you know, get to come back to the Queerties again in any capacity, to be honest. I've been a recipient, I've been a host now, and you know, maybe I'll be a presenter next year. Who knows? It was really, really fun. I collect one twink in every town I go to. I finished out my This Is Wild tour, which was my stand-up comedy tour that I'm so proud of, which by the way, I have filmed as a special that might be coming to you soon. More details to come. But this was my biggest solo tour yet that I've ever done. We went to maybe like 10 or 11 different countries. I went to 3 different continents. I got to perform in these beautiful theaters. And this meant a lot to me because I was able to bring some great comedians. Roz Hernandez, Jay Jordan, Sydney Washington was on the tour with me. Jared Goldstein went on tour with us. Solomon Giorgio. Annie Rexton in Europe, then when we left the EU was Juno Birch. We got to just do some really amazing shows. I cannot believe how many of you all came out to see me, how many sold out shows we did. They weren't all sold out, but you know what? That was fine. Like, I was just happy to be in the presence of my fans and be able to do what I love for a living, which is tell my jokes. It was epic. This was probably one of my proudest moments, I gotta say.
Now he's releasing his debut novel. It's called Harriet Tubman, Live in Concert. Think about this. The abolitionist appears in the present day to ask a music producer named Darnell Williams, which kind of reminds me of Bob, to record her life story through a hip-hop album.
Harriet Tubman Live in Concert was launched this year. I have been writing this book for 5 years. It was 5 years from the time I got the deal to the time I said the last words on the audiobook, and I cannot believe that we actually made it on the New York Times bestsellers list. This gagged me. I was thrown. I mean, I made it at the very end of the list. I found out the list is not 1 through 10, it's 1 through 15, but that doesn't matter. Baby, I will always be a New York Times bestseller. To the end of time, that will not be able to be taken away from me. And the amount of you who read this book and enjoyed this book and you see me, you bring the book to my shows and you have me sign them, that really, really means the world to me. The amount of you who listen to the audiobook, and then I believe Apple Podcasts put it up as one of their audiobooks of the year. It got all these accolades that I was not expecting for a first-time author, y'all. I was competing against some really, really big names this year. And I chose not to write about my life or do an autobiography or anything like that. I just chose to just use my mind and create this fiction piece. And the fact that y'all appreciated it so much means the world to me. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I can adapt this to a stage play and you'll get to see it there, because that's really one of my big dreams. Oh my God, where I'm filming right now, Purse First Studios was launched. This is where we film something Rivalry now. This is where I filmed The Big Question. This is where we filmed the podcast that's coming out pretty soon called Quit Playing with Amber and Jasmine. This is where we film my podcast Only Child that's going to be coming out again. I'm revamping that. I know you've seen some past episodes of Jinx Monsoon and Lucy Stool before, but now we're revamping that. I am like so elated at the notion that I get to produce content for other people and get eyes on them and let people see what they've got going on. Because I have so many talented friends. I have so many amazing friends. I have just like, my friends are like, I mean, and it's just by, I'm not like picking by, I would be friends if you're talentless. Obviously, me and Monet are close. Just kidding. No, but I have so many friends who do so many like amazing and brilliant things that I get an opportunity to show you. And also, I just want to put y'all on to some of these artists that I'm obsessed with, who I get to hang out with and enjoy their art and their content. So if you're not watching now, go over to the Purse First Studios YouTube page. Check out the amazing stuff we have coming out over there. We have comedy specials coming out. We have podcasts coming out. We have short form content coming out. There's some really good stuff over there. So head over to the Purse First Studios YouTube page.
Yeah, maybe.
You want me to be friends with Gay Carl? That's what they call him, Gay Carl. Well, I started it. That's what we call him, Gay Carl. And you want me to be his friend? So the big question is this dream that I had for like a kind of like variety style or multimedia style show where I'm doing like roundtable stand-up comedy and man on the street. And eventually maybe I'll throw in some sketches too. I got to have some amazing guests, everyone from Naomi Smalls to Alec Mappa, Kid Fury, Amber Wallen, so many. I mean, I'm running out of names right now because we had so many guests join us on the show. Sherry Vine, Robin Tran. This show has actually helped me get into the LA stand-up comedy scene, because I'm a New York stand-up comedian, so I didn't really know a lot of people out here, so I had to meet them all through my friend Zach Noy Towers, and he's helped me out a lot actually getting just more involved with the people who are in the LA's comedy scene. The big question has been great. I was my mom's favorite child. She never said it, but when you know, you know. Welcome
to the Dead Moms Club.
Oh my God, the Dead Moms Comedy Club is a special that I released on YouTube on Mother's Day in honor of my mother, who passed away on Mother's Day of 2024. On the 1-year anniversary of her passing, I released the Dead Moms Comedy Club, which was me, Sydney Washington, and Christy Summers, and also DJ Two-Face. All of our moms have passed away, and we talked about our experience and what it's like to navigate life without your mom. But also we all have different perspectives and different relationships with our moms, so it's not just like one storyline. It's like we're really all giving our feelings and our perspectives on what it's like to navigate life without your mom alive anymore. This was one of my favorite projects I think I've literally ever done, like ever. Y'all slept on this one because it only got like 45,000 views on YouTube. Y'all slept on this one. It is really good. It is so emotional. It is so funny. It is so well done. It means so much to me. Shout out to Holly Lou Productions for helping me put this one together. They're just so great over there. I am really, really proud of this special. Please take a chance to go watch it. I will say it is a bit of an emotional journey, so make sure you're in a good space before you click that link.
It's me, Bob, too. Now I know that JT just fell from his loft and he broke his face.
You have to read it. Read it word for word.
JT fell from his loft and broke his...
I decided to relaunch my YouTube this year because, well, I guess when I don't know, me and Jacob like locked in during lockdown because we did, what else you gonna do? Just not do anything. So I started doing these makeup videos, and then it kind of fell off because I started traveling again and working more. But I'm still traveling, I'm still working, but I want to be dedicated to making. I love making YouTube videos. It really means so much to me. I love being able to connect with my fans on a weekly basis beyond just sibling rivalry. So then we did like 15 get ready with me's. We did some closet clean outs. We did some reviews this year. Like this, relaunching my YouTube page has been so, and y'all have been really with me on this journey. Watch me learn how to cook. My mac and cheese is bussin'. It's so good. I wish I could have all of you taste it. I really do. Because it's that good. I've never gotten a bad review on my mac and cheese. Ever. Ever. That's gaggy. That's gaggy. Oh my God, the Sibling Rivalry family reunion happened this year. This is the first time me and Monet did this. It's just a big party we threw with the listeners of our podcast, the people who follow me and Monet online, and like we get to actually, we know like y'all's names, we know who y'all are. We a lot of these, but they're virtual relationships because we don't actually, but then we threw this party in New York City at $3 bill. And this one was a real key. I got to actually hang out with y'all, sit down, play games with y'all. And then we were like doing karaoke together. This was so much. I want to do this more. I wanted to do another family reunion. It's not a show. It's not like come see Bob and Monet. It's like literally like a big family reunion with our, just the people who love and enjoy our podcast and enjoy the community that we've built online. I cannot say enough great things about how fun this event was. And it was raining and it was still fun. That says a lot.
Bob, the drag queen, is in studio with us today. And when you sat down, he's the only one that's come here and said, last looks, please, Rob. Last looks, last looks.
I want to look pretty.
And Rob came in and fluffed you up.
Press this year was crazy. I got to be on the Sherry Shepherd show, which was amazing. I've done so many different, I was on the Kiki Palmer podcast. I was on, oh my God, I can't even remember them all. I did Two Dykes and a Mic. It hasn't come out yet, but I did Brittany Broski's podcast. I was back on Bald and Beautiful, but for me, the big one was I got to be on The View. The View.
And I deserve to be free, and I believe it's up to me.
I was on. I know. That is such a cool. This is one thing I really wish my mom could have been there to see because. This was such a big moment for me. And what made it even crazier is, do you guys know how I got on The View? The day my book came out, I got a text from Whoopi Goldberg being like, I have listened to your book already. Like, the day it came out, she listened to it. I was sending her a book by, like, courier, and she was like, I've already listened to the whole thing. Already. And then she was like, we need to get you on The View. That's bigger than anything for me. That's one of the most I really wish I could have shared with my mom, because I don't know, that felt so amazing and so epic to me, and I'm really grateful to Whoopi Goldberg for just making that happen, and for my team for, you know, rallying to get it done in like record time. It was just so epic, and I got to promote my book, and I got to talk about my love for Harriet Tubman. That was just an epic moment for me. That meant so much to me. I actually wrote a song about ham sandwiches once. That's kind of ironic.
Did you really?
I wrote I have a whole unreleased song about ham sandwiches.
Well, why is it unreleased, Mama?
Oh my God, so I hadn't done a song in a hot minute. It had been a minute since I released a song, so I decided to do ham sandwich, and that actually all birthed from some, like, okay, so ham sandwich was written during lockdown. I was just like, I want to write ham sandwich. It's based on a YouTube comment that I got. It's actually in the video. You can see the YouTube comment. And then I was like, I'm gonna write a song about ham sandwiches and me making a ham sandwich. And then I just kind of shelved it because I just, like, lockdown was pretty tough and it was a lot going on. And then I was like, I had this song that I recorded like 5 years ago. And then it came from some beef about Burger Finger with Plain Jane. Ham, honey. So then I released Ham Sandwich. This was produced by Mitch Freno. The video was directed by Kane O'Keefe. It was a really, really fun video. And it squashed the beef. Who knew that ham would squash the beef between me and PJ?
Oh, shit. Oh.
Oh, I got a hair transplant this year. I'm still, as you can see, I'm still covering my head. I'm still in the healing process from my hair transplant surgery. But that was actually pretty crazy. I've never had a cosmetic surgery that wasn't dental. So that was like a pretty big thing for me, and it felt really vulnerable to share it, but it would feel really fake of me to not share that with you all, to just show up with hair one day. And if you follow me online, or if you listen to my podcast, you know that I would be like, girl, I got a hair transplant. But also, I feel like there's not, like, I feel like I wanted some more content about Black people getting hair transplant, what it means for our hair. And I'm glad that I got to, like, share that with you all. So now I know it's out there. And I'm not saying no one's doing it, but it's nice to have more of it out there, you know, and make it easily accessible. I mean, listen, y'all, so many things happened this year. I mean, I went to go see, I started dating someone new, which I don't really talk about relationships here, but it happened. I went to go see Lady Gaga twice. I went to go see the Kendrick Lamar and SZA concert, which was so much fun. I got to go to the Wicked for Good premiere. A lot of stuff happened this year, but I think probably one of the gaggiest ones for me was that we announced that I am going to be in Moulin Rouge on Broadway, which is absurd. Like, my dream was to move to New York City and be on Broadway. I auditioned for like hardcore for like, I don't know how long, maybe like a year or two, and I never even got close, never even got a call back. And I was like, maybe I'm not Broadway material. So, you know, that's really when I started doing stand-up, and I was like, well, if they're not gonna, you know, have me out, I actually started writing my own plays. I started writing these like parodies of plays that I would do downtown at Lucky Chang's, and I think I did one over at Vlada one time. And this was like, I mean, y'all, when I say I was a baby queen, like less than a year of experience in drag, writing these plays, casting my friends, also casting like actors that I didn't know, and getting the opportunity to do that was like so epic for me. And now I'm actually in a Broadway show. I'm going to be playing Harold Zidler in Moulin Rouge, and I'm taking it really seriously. I'm like taking music, I'm taking voice lessons. I am, you know, trying to take care of my instrument. My voice feels actually healthier than it's felt in a really long time, thanks to my vocal surgeon from years ago, because I had to get that vocal surgery. Dr. Nasiri. It's been a wild ride. Dr. Nazir. What is his name? Anyway, it has been a wild ride, a long journey to Broadway. For me, I moved to New York City in 2008. The first time I ever auditioned for a Broadway show was in 2008. and it is now 2025. And you know, I do want to say this, like, I'm not really one to give motivational speeches, but I honestly don't think that I am like particularly like special or anything. I think something I learned from my mom didn't drink and she didn't do drugs. And I remember one time asking her, why won't you drink? And then she was like, well, I look at people around me who are hooked on alcohol and hooked on drugs, and if it could happen to them, why couldn't it happen to me? That could happen to me, so I just don't want it to happen to me. And sometimes when great stuff happens for me, I think to myself, if it could happen for me, it could happen for you. Like, if I can be on Broadway, then probably you can. If I could be in a movie, then you can. If I can make YouTube videos, then you can. You know what I mean? So, like, I really believe that, like, I don't know that I'm particularly special, but I know that I am determined. I do not give up. I am stubborn as shit. I will just dig my heels in the ground. I will plaster myself on your... I'm right now, I am hard to avoid. I'm going to be on your timeline. I'm going to be on your TV. I'm going to be on a stage. I'm going to be on a podcast you listen to. You cannot avoid me. Baby, you're going to find out about Bob the Drag Queen, one way or the other. I broke up with this guy, and then, like, I broke up with him. I was on this giant billboard. Can we put a picture up right here? The tall wall, this giant billboard. And I was like, that was like the week after he broke up. I was like, baby, you can't avoid me. I am nothing if not persistent. I am nothing if not adamant. I hope you guys had a good 2025, and if you didn't, that's okay. Because, you know, my 2024 was it was so bad. It was like the worst year ever. And I kept thinking to myself, like, there is no way a year can be worse than this. It just can't get worse than this. Everything bad that could happen. My house burned down. My mom died. I was in like a tumultuous relationship. I was like not feeling good. I was depressed. And I was doing all of that while working, while being on this tour. It was like such highs and such lows. So I was like, 2025, it just has to be better. It just has to be better, you know? So, man, if your 2025 was don't let that stress you out, because your 2026 could be everything. And that's why I say, like, if it can happen for me, it can happen for you. If my year can turn around, then your year can turn around. You know what I mean? So I just love you guys so much. And I did not know this was going to be like an emotional video, but I hope you guys had a great year. And I hope that your 2026 is just amazing. And I want to thank you for helping get me through 2024. And it was so bad. You guys helped me get through it so much. And I hope that I have helped you guys, you know, smile when you were feeling down, or maybe even if I helped you get through a long car ride on a podcast, or if I helped you, you know, get through a boring day by watching me struggle at Plastic Tars makeup, or even if just one of my TikToks scrolled across your feed and you smiled about it, it brings me joy to know that that helped you in some way. So thank you all for being with me on this ride. I will see y'all in 2026.